Avante Bentley was asked about the defense. He asked about the difference of the defense from last year to this year. Take a listen here.
First games last season, obviously 9 points in the last 6 quarters here. What do you think has kind of been the biggest difference defensively from last year to early on here this season?
Communication. I say the biggest, making sure that everybody aligned, making sure everybody know their job. Just playing down here, playing physical, man. Play on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
No doubt. Matt, just break that down. What do you feel the biggest differences on the defensive side from last year to this year?
Well, it's Livingston for sure. I mean, I can't wait to talk to Bucky about this, but this man has come in and he's got them believing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like it, absolutely. You to believe in what you're doing, not just do it, is huge. And I think the personnel is really good. I think the pass rushers are good. I think your interior players are getting better and better every week.
Yep.
Going to be a nice rotation of interior guys this week with Big 97 coming back.
Yeah.
We've got the best 2 linebackers in the Big 12 from a combo. Okay, the law firm. That's the next T-shirt. I got to go talk to Bentley and Hill. Yeah. But those 2 are monsters. Okay, and I think they're the best tandem of linebackers in the Big 12. And then our secondary, especially when Shiloh comes back and he can play that nickel linebacker now.
And the
because of the depth in the secondary, not only Travis, but I mean, Coach Prime is very adamant that McKinley is a first rounder as well, which I don't doubt. I mean, that kid is a monster; he's a stud. Mm-hmm. So, I think as the year goes on, people are going to respect the Nebraska loss even more because I think they're pretty fucking good. And I think that was a humbling experience that needed to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you're humbled on national TV, you have to change things and you have to really look at yourself hard in the mirror, and that's what they did. But look, this defense has given up 9 fucking points in the second half all year. 9 in 3 games. That's 3 points a game in the second half. With this offense.
I think it's 12, but yeah.
Well, okay, 12 fucking points then.
Still,
4 points a fucking game. So, sorry, all you math majors out there. I'm just saying, when you have a defense that supports your offense like this, and you're in college and you can hold people like that and you can play at I went back and watched the CSU game and I went back and watched the Nebraska game because I was at the Nebraska game. So I didn't get to see everything that you see on TV.
Right.
They are fundamentally sound. They play their balls off. They are running to the football like crazy. They are rotating in guys that do their jobs and play hard. And what more, you can tell the backups are pushing the front line guys, especially on the interior of the defensive line and the defensive end. Yep. It seems like they have an 8-man rotation on the defensive line that's working pretty well. Coach Sapp and Coach Lewis have to be just ecstatic about that. The secondary is elite. I think the secondary matches the wide receiver core as the best in the Big 12. And I'm not just saying this. I think the linebackers are both pros. I know Bentley's a pro. And Hill, is it Hill Green?
Yeah, it's Hill Green.
Bentley and Hill Green, the law firm, they are outstanding. Okay, they remind me so much of when CU had Hannibal Navies and Jay Sean Sykes at the same time. All right, and if you don't know those names, you're like, I feel sorry for you a little bit. But then, like when we had Jay Sean and Sean Tufts next to each other, and then we had Ewu and Tufts next to each other, and then we had Jordan Dizon. And then the list just keeps on going. The great linebackers that have played at Colorado, and there's been other really good ones. Obviously, Nate Landman is a badass who's a starter for the Falcons and just one of the best players to ever play defense at the University of Colorado. He was a great player at that position. I thought that Quinn Bailey, or not Quinn Bailey, excuse me, it was Nate. I can't remember the name of the other kid that played next to him. Quinn Perry. I thought Quinn Perry, even though he was on a 1-11 team, was a really good linebacker for us for a long time. So, when you look back, the teams who have great linebacker play usually get really good play out of everybody else because that's the heart of your defense. That's the middle. So I feel like I'm listening to these Baylor guys, and I'm going to be on let's see, I can't remember the name of the show. Give me 2 seconds here.
We're going to talk about that here in a second, but yeah.
Well, just give me a second here. So I'm going to go on tomorrow with a radio show down in Waco. 365 Sports in Waco will have me on tomorrow, anywhere between 4 and 5:30. and David Smock is the guy who puts the show on. I've done a couple shows with them in the past. They're good people, but we've got Baylor, fans and Baylor people talking how they're going to hang 30 points on CU in Folsom on Saturday night.
Yeah.
And it may rain, it may not. Coach Prime is saying that it's not going to rain. I'm going to go with him. My man Chris Bianchi, Bianchi used to the weatherman that's doing all the stuff in the hat and the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris Bianchi used to be the producer way back in the day, like on my first radio show that we did in Denver after I got done playing. He's a great kid. Great dude. And it's like he's wishing for rain. We don't want rain, dog. I'm going to the game. I don't want to stand in the rain the whole time. So I think that the defense is now in this like realm where I think they're pretty good and they just need to get tested again. So let's see how they do against the Big 12 offense in Baylor, who doesn't protect the ball well and is leaky on the offensive line at times and may not know who their quarterback is week in and week out. Like they have questions as well. So, and if you need to get up for this game, look, there's no hatred in my heart for Baylor. All right. We lost. The worst loss of my college career is in Waco in 2003. That was embarrassing as shit because they were terrible and we were pretty good. But I don't have any hate in my heart towards them.
Right.
I will say this: they definitely don't like the University of Colorado. They didn't want us to come back to the Big 12. So I think that this is a good opportunity to just put the rest of the league on notice. That's what you have to do on Saturday night, and that's what I expect the defense to do. If they are this talented, and I'm looking at the roster right now, and I'm going, okay, Travis Hunter's the first pick of the draft, in my opinion. If you don't see that, you're blind. McKinley's a first rounder. Bentley's a pro. Hill Green's a pro. Both the defensive ends are pros. And that's just four guys off the top of my head. Mm-hmm. I know I'm forgetting a ton of other. Shiloh's a pro. There's five. Yeah. So I mean, it just this you can't. It's just like the offense. You can't be surrounded by this much talent and have these many good players and not play well, especially when everyone's motivated. And you bring in Coach Prime made one hell of a hire with Coach Livingston because he brought in a professional young defensive coordinator that can get through to these cats that says, look, if you want to play on Sundays, well, I know how to do that. I know exactly what they're looking for. And not only that, he can pick up the phone and just make a phone call and go, hey, this cat is an NFL player and you should draft him. Mm-hmm. So you've got the biggest asset in the world sitting in your corner over there playing or rolling the defense. And his adjustments are outstanding. The second half adjustments for the Colorado Buffaloes on defense warms my heart, and my heart's dead and cold. Okay. So I am so excited by what I'm looking at on defense. They haven't had a defense like this since 2016. And I think we're better than that defense. And that defense was laden with pros. Tedrick, Chidera, KO, they had Jimmy Gilbert, they had Tupou, they had dudes everywhere. Mm-hmm. So I think that it's an even better defense than the 2016 defense that won the South in the Pac-12. It's a better defense than the 04 defense I played on. I mean, this defense is legit. So